You know how when people say stuff like, if you have to ask, you'll never know? That really pisses me off. Are we in the midst of the downfall of Raid Shadow Legends? It feels like that might be the case. Not because of any specific particular game that's come out, but with this wave of games that has come out that are doing well and doing a lot of things right and getting a lot of hype behind them. Raid is very quickly, I feel, sliding back in everyone's priority list in the Play Store. I feel like Raid is not at the top of the heap like it has been for so long, and that is directly due to their own actions. They've had everything they need to have the best game on the scene, and they've had it since the beginning, and they just are only consumed with making money and not being smart about it, right? And it looked like for a second they were about to start with 1.14 and quality of life and giving us the artifact sorter, and it almost feels like they kind of had to panic rush that out because of the state of things, right? And now Exo's Heroes is out, and everybody's loving that, and Calibria is starting to catch a little momentum again, and Seven Deadly Sins is still doing really well, and all these other games are coming out and doing things right? And maybe they're not perfect, but there's a clear sense of effort in these other games that we're just not seeing from Plarium, like we should be at this point. So one of the things I thought was interesting that I wanted to share with you guys that I think kind of sums up just Plarium's, as an entity, Plarium's lack of understanding of what they're doing. I think in some ways it's straight up greed driving them, and then I think in a lot of other ways they just don't know what they're doing. Whoever's calling the shots just doesn't understand the nature of this. And this statement the other day in the 3v3 arena testing thing really stood out to me, and it's something I wanted to talk a little bit about. Valkyrie posted it. Now, I don't think it's Valkyrie's original idea. I think someone who is calling the shots for all this stuff told her to come post this, as I think is what happens a lot with the community managers. I think very rarely are they responsible, if ever, are they responsible for any of this, right? So I understand she's the messenger. This has nothing to do with Valkyrie. It's just the message from Plarium that I want to talk about here. It says, guys, I feel like I owe you an official statement about the abuse on the arena. We don't like when someone is abusing the system, especially when it also hurts some other players, your opponents. That is why I want to warn you, those of you who continue to abuse the arena and attack the same opponent several times just to get more arena points will be excluded from our test and will not get any rewards for the testing. Let's be fair and respectful. Now, the whole point of testing is to find out if things like this are possible, right? That's the whole reason that you test. The reason you test your characters is primarily to see if they're broken and in what ways they can be broken. And then you start to think about how do they fit in as far as balance and how will they work. But one of the biggest things that you're looking for when you're testing a feature or a hero or whatever it is it broken? So if you have a group of testers in this new game mode and they're abusing something, that's good. They're doing their job. That is information that you can now take and figure out how to fix it instead of putting it out and having an arena system in place for over a year where the same people can keep winning every week because they've got someone feeding them first place. Because when arena resets, they rush their way up so high in platinum nobody can see them, and then they have a couple of buddies who just keep losing to them over and over, right? We all know that's a thing, and that went on for way too long, and they're still figuring out, I think, how to fix it. This is how you could have avoided that, is test it, let your players break it as far as it can be broken, so that you know how to fix it so that it doesn't happen when you release it to the general public of the game. So I think that this is really silly that you've got people in here doing some testing. They're breaking what we already knew was going to be your broken system. You haven't put out anything that hasn't been broken to some extent. So we all knew it was going to be broken. So to punish them, to now remove them from the testing without giving them rewards, you've brought them in to do a job and they've done it. How can you say now you're not going to give them the rewards? That's what you brought them in to do. I can't emphasize that enough. It's very aggravating. But I feel like this sums up a lot of what we deal with Plarium. They don't know what they're doing. Whoever's calling the shots doesn't know what they're doing. They don't, and seems to have not bothered to do any research. I don't know how. I do know how. It's not the same people that made the game, right? Someone else owns it now, but it's crazy to me because there's so much here, man. There's so much in this game, and it's why a lot of us are still playing it. But I mean, short of the Affinity Cup, I don't play Raid. I logged into my main account maybe twice through the whole Affinity Cup. But that was something to do. It was engaging. It was interesting. There were more people. There was some accountability. You guys were interested in it. There was a reason to keep playing, but I can't even motivate myself anymore to get into Raid to like put together comps, like work on clan boss comps and stuff. I know the videos would do well, and I just don't want to play it anymore. I'm tired of playing their game because they're not interested in making it better. This 3v3 arena thing, they're gonna hype it up like it's some huge giant addition to the game, and like pat themselves on the back real hard for putting new content in. No one's gonna care about this 3v3 arena thing. It's not gonna matter. There's all this other stuff that we've been waiting on, that you've been talking about forever. The Void Tower, the new clan boss, which I'm starting to wonder if that was if that idea has been scrapped. They don't even talk about that anymore. I don't know, man. I don't think 3v3 arena is the move. I think perhaps it was the easiest thing to put together as far as new content goes. But they're just really content in their complacency to do nothing, right? And that's not a good thing from a developer. You want a developer that has a little bit of passion about their game and wants it to be a better game and make the players enjoy the game and find that balance of listening to your community and accepting feedback and doing what you can to make the game better, and also doing what's right for your business. Because you do have to make money. We all understand that. We're all okay with that. And a lot of us would continue to support that if we saw the effort from you. But I'm not motivated to give you any money because I don't think you're actually trying to do anything with it but have money. I don't feel like it's getting put back into the game, so why am I going to keep spending money? So, that's just where we're at. I kind of wanted to just talk about that little message. I think we got some 2x summons coming up tomorrow, tomorrow. Maybe I'll hop on stream tomorrow if you guys want to come over, twitch.tv/JGigs. I'll pop some shards for you guys. I've got a lot on my account. I don't know if I'll bother summoning them. I'm not completely done. I'm happy that there's other things going on. I'm happy that there's other good games out, and I'm happy that I can upload on some of these other games and still do well, right? That was kind of a problem for me for a little bit, as I was concerned about changing what I was doing, but I decided I'm just going to do whatever I want and not force myself to play Raid so much for content. I'll be playing a lot of Exo's Heroes. I'm going to have some Disney Sorcerers Arena videos coming. We're going to get to try something new. Thursdays rolling again. I think next week I'm going to try to get on top of that. I'm just going to branch out. Some more skits hopefully soon. I'm working on some songs. I got a lot of things that I'm working on that I would like to get done. I always wanted to kind of, since we're just going to ramble for a minute apparently, I really like commentary channels like Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, Leon Lush, Curtis Connor, those types of dudes. I may even start making videos like that on this channel and putting those up like once every week or once every couple of weeks, just to start diversifying the content, because what I've always wanted to do is have a channel where I can put whatever I want on it. And at least a portion of my audience will be into it. So that's what we're gonna do, man. We're just gonna do whatever the hell we want on this channel. Stop being so concerned with how each video is doing every day, all of that stuff. That defeats the purpose of it for me. So yeah, nothing real special going on in this video. I just wanted to talk about the state of things with Raid, address that announcement that they made specifically, because I just think that that's important to note, that in some ways I think they just don't understand what they're doing. That's the whole point of testing. And give you guys a little bit of an update, kind of what I've been thinking about the last few weeks and why I haven't been around quite as much. I was just sorting a lot of that stuff out mentally, and I've arrived at kind of back at where I was at the beginning of all this, where I'm gonna make content I like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, I'm doing it for me, and if we continue to grow and continue to be successful in it, great, and if not, then I'm just gonna have a good time doing my thing. But that being said, I appreciate everybody that watches what I do, that likes what I do, that engages with what I do, and supports me as I bounce around and try different things. And you know, that means a lot to me, and I hope that I can continue to be entertaining to you guys. And I guess we're done rambling. That's it for the video today. I'm gonna stream this evening. It's 3:30 p.m. for me right now. I'll probably start a stream somewhere around 6-ish. And I don't know what we'll play. Maybe do more Exos, maybe some Call of Duty or Tarkov, something like that. We'll see. We'll see what we're feeling when the time comes. But if anybody wants to drop by, about 2.5 hours, I'll be live on twitch.tv/JGigs. So that's it. Be sure and like the video, because if you don't, I won't give you your rewards for the testing, and you'll be excluded from any further testing.